The reason money makes the world go round is because that's our survival. But the question is why?
The whole world keeps on talking about how Jewish people are great at business.
Jewish people as a nation have been successful over the years.
Is America the promised land for Jews? America seems to be a better place to be a Jew than ever. If there ever was a promised land, the Jews are living the dream. The Jews have flourished, not alone in politics and the economy, but in matters of art, culture, and learning. According to The Economy magazine, Forbes, 100 of America's 400 richest billionaires are Jewish. The Jews make up only 2 out of 1,000 of all humanity. This is overwhelming. Their impact is so much greater in proportion to their population. Jewish history. Coming to this date, the Jews have been subject to exclusion. The Jews have been exiled from place to place for centuries. They were not allowed to own and cultivate land. In the time, land acquisition meant power, and the people did not want the Jews to get in power since all other societies excluded them. The Jews then opted to trade and have ever since perfected trading. They are known as the most honest trading community. If you are in business with a Jew, rest easy, you are guaranteed to get what you paid for. The trust they have built has in turn led to more and more customers. It can be said that their exclusion from power is what has brought them more power and wealth. The Jewish trademark is the financial sector. Some of the prominent renowned Jews are Albert Einstein, the father of modern physics, Karl Marx, the father of communism, Google founders Larry Page and Sergey Brin, Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg, Manchester United owners the Glazer family, among so many more. More than 20% of venture capitalists in America are Jewish-owned. The Jews are linked to almost every major company or brand. You might ask yourself, what is the secret behind the Jewish wealth? Why have they established so much dominance in the world economy? Why is their impact so much greater in proportion to their population? Education. The commandments and the laws of Torah are central to Judaism. The books provide rules and laws which are strictly followed. The Jews have a commandment that demands the fathers to teach their children how to 1. Earn a living, and 2. How to swim, believe it or not. If the fathers don't teach their children how to earn a living, this means their children will have to steal, which is against the books. In 2016, the Pew Center study showed that the Jewish people are the most educated religious group in the whole world. On average, Jewish children receive 13.4 years of schooling, followed by Christians who have an average of 9.3 years of schooling. When it comes to post-secondary degrees, the Jews hold at least 63% of the qualifications. As we know, high credentials means high-paying jobs. Jewish parents teach their children how to be money intelligent by using 5 jars. Each jar has its own label: tithe, giving and offerings, savings, investing and spending. Children are given 10 shekels every week.
For offering.
The child puts 1 in the tithe jar, 1 in giving and offering, 1 in the savings, 2 in investing and 5 in spending jar. The giving jar is opened on Sunday. The tithe, which means 10 in Hebrew, is opened at end month. Savings is only opened on special occasions, and investing is only opened when full.
Son, so first you tithe, you give, you save, invest, and spend the rest.
The parents do not interfere but only give advice. The children are therefore responsible for their money decisions. They therefore learn from their mistakes from an early age and take ownership of their decisions.
You know what that little Jewish boy learns to do? To take his money and invest it in something that will multiply.
Honesty. Honesty is so huge for the Jews. This is one factor that has caused their longevity in business over the years. Honesty is the main reason as to why they have topped businesses for thousands of years. It is only so long that a person can be dishonest until it finally catches up with them. Talmudic interaction is that on Judgment Day in the next world, the first question asked is that, were you honest with your business dealings? Further, the Torah says, when you sell anything to your neighbor, you shall not deceive one another. Similarly, the punishment for dishonest business practice is held to be more severe than for other categories of sin. Positive relationship with money. A lot of negative beliefs and stereotypes about money, like, money can't buy happiness, money is the root cause of all evil, rich people are greedy. Jews in the other case approach money positively and healthily. Jewish laws present different approaches to wealth, poverty, and money. From the Torah books, there are two trials before the individual, the test of wealth and test of poverty. Both are difficult, but the test of wealth is greater than the test of poverty. This means that the Jews have generally viewed poverty negatively. The Jewish texts have portrayed poverty as an unjustifiable burden. In contrast to the consistent negative view of poverty, the Jews have a rapidly changing attitude towards acceptance of wealth as extremely desirable and a general sign of blessing from God. Charity. Usually, the more a person becomes more and more successful, the more bigger and bigger their ego gets, the more money hungry they get. They rather accumulate more money than give any to charity. Unlike this later man, the Jews are required by the Torah books to give at least 10% of their earnings to charity. This in turn helps them to 1. Stay humble, and 2. To make even more money than they need. 3. To grow bigger together as a whole community. The American Jewish Committee, for example, has a mission to enhance the well-being of the Jewish people and Israel, and to advance human rights and democratic values in the United States and around the world. This all makes sense as to why majority of the Jewish stay rich. Prefer to be an owner than to be a worker. You should only be working for God, and only God should be your master, is a Jewish saying. The Jewish prefer to be the boss rather than to be workers. This is evident as the Jews are linked to almost every major company or brand. From Google, to Facebook, to Starbucks, to Calvin Klein, to Warner Bros. Pictures, to DreamWorks, to Oracle, to Dunkin' Donuts, to Dell, among so many others. Karma. You should not do to anybody what you would not want to be done upon you. Furthermore, whatever thoughts or energy you put out, you will rightfully get back, whether good or bad, such that respect will be reciprocated with respect, honesty will be reciprocated by honesty, and negativity will bring negativity back to yourself. For this the Jews must abide by all the virtues and laws of the Torah. Wealth management and networking. Talmudic interactions mainly scope on wealth. The book Sages of the Talmud, written by Mordecai Judovitz, mainly touches on finances and diversification. Diversification of wealth means that wealth and capital is to be allocated in a way that one particular asset is not too exposed, but rather the risk is spread out and wealth distributed in different areas. Networking is essential for the Jews. Jews basically live communally, they have higher chances of meeting, the Sabbath, synagogue, and Jewish celebrations. All this works to bring the Jews together for interactions which are good for their personal relationships and also business growth as a whole. Hedging. For cushion and safety, in case of any unforeseen tragedy in business, the Jews place 1/3 of their money in cash, the other 1/3 of their money in real estate, and the last 1/3 in inventory. Any unforeseen misfortune will not render them bankrupt, and their income streams will remain protected at all times. Rest/Shabbat. Rest means one day completely out of work, no work disturbance, no emails, no phone calls, no thinking or speaking about work. This is a day to spend with family and loved ones. This is a day to recharge, rejuvenate, and get ready for the next week. The idea of a day off originates from the Bible story of creation, where God, after creating the universe, rested on the seventh day of that first week. So Jews rest from work on the Shabbat just like God did. Have faith in God. In God we trust. This is a statement on the American dollar. Most importantly, the Jews trust in God. God will bring success and are therefore not afraid to take calculated risks. They trust that 1. God is the creator of the universe. 2. They will get rewarded if they try their hardest. 3. God will reward the work of their hands. 4. God will bless them, which gives them courage and confidence to keep on expanding exponentially.
Because you have drowned others, you were drowned, and in the end, those who drowned you will be drowned. Jewish proverb.
So what? So what? So we have money, so we're rich.
You can try to adopt some of the desirable Jewish customs. This is Money and Finance Channel. Make sure to subscribe and give a thumbs up. See you in the next video.